How you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing, Marcel?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just for starters, when you were sold on Miami, are you brought in here specifically to play guard? Was there ever any talk about moving you to tackle, or was it strictly you are coming here to play guard?
I think as of now, it's still really open. After meeting the coaches and everything, they see my ability to play any position. Obviously, most of my work in the league has been at guard, and at that has been a left guard, and I feel most comfortable left guard. But also, they understand that I could probably play tackle, I could play center, and so it's really wherever I'm needed and wherever I'm placed is where I'm willing to work.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Barry from the Miami Herald.
Hi, Connor. Did Coach McDaniel give you any insight as to what that decision would be based on in terms of whether you'll stay at guard or perhaps move to tackle?
I think the image of the team's like a living and breathing organism right now. So once we get on the field and once the team starts coming to life and seeing who we are and what our identity is, I think that's going to start becoming more clear. And so I don't think until we get on the field will that become more relevant.
But you'd be fine doing any of those things.
Yeah.
Were moved to tackle, you'd be fine with it.
Most definitely. I mean, I played tackle in college. I've had snaps at center and in preseason games, and so I'm most definitely open to play any position.
Thank you.
Please go ahead and raise your hand, guys, if you have a question. Anybody else? David from the Sun Sentinel.
Hey, Connor. For the first few years of your career, you kept your holding penalties down, but then you had an uncharacteristic amount last year. Why do you think that was, and what can you do to correct that?
Obviously, it was a one-off year, and it's not a reputation I've had for previous years. I think a lot of things not going the right way, and just build on the season, and no excuses to be made. But I think just fine tuning my craft, knowing when to let go and when not to, and just focusing on the very details and just playing a cleaner game. And obviously that comes with your additional year of experience, 1 year at a time. I mean, this game's all about experience and live reps. And the more you get those, the more you're comfortable with it, and the more you understanding the full scope of what you're doing.
Daniel from the Miami Herald.
Hey, Connor, welcome to Miami, man. There's been a lot of talk about Mike McDaniel and this zone running scheme that he's seeking to bring to Miami. I was just curious if you could kind of like whittle it down to like a percentage in Dallas. I mean, how much did you guys run, whether it's inside zone, outside zone, and what does it take for an offensive line for that to be really cohesive?
I think one thing's clear is that was one of the best things we did in Dallas was coming off the ball, running side to side, getting the D-line moving, and getting the defense on their feet, and then penetrating the defense with the run game. And then once you get the defense on the heels, then you can get up in the air, you can dish it out. And I, after talking to Coach, I mean, you can tell his excitement in bringing this new zone scheme into Miami, and that, I mean, that is part of the reasons I'm here is to part of that building block of starting a great zone scheme and I think the biggest part of that is the cohesiveness of the team. Is everybody's on the same page, everybody's working together, and after reps, it starts manifesting into its own.
Thanks, Connor.
Travis, Dolphins.com.
Hey, Connor, good to see you again, man. I know that you're a pretty young offensive lineman yourself, but you come to a town here in Miami where there's a lot of young offensive linemen in this room already. What are some of the leadership qualities you think you possess that you can kind of help guide this younger group and just kind of being a leader in that room?
Great question. I mean, this is probably one of the most exciting things to me about Miami is, coming into the league. I came in at 20, and you have Travis, you have Zach, you have Tyron, you have L, you have all these great players to learn from, and they set a mold of how to do things, how to be a great player in this league, and what it means day in and day out to work hard, and what that hard work means and transitions onto the field, and the respect it has in the locker room. And so just having a younger line group, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be some good energy of just being able to get to work day in and day out with guys that are eager, that are hungry, and just being able to grow as a unit together. And O-line's a special game. It's all about camaraderie. It's all about trusting the guy to the left and to the right of you, and you're never just as good as your best player. You're as good as the whole line's strength altogether. And so that's the most beautiful part about it. And I think that's the most exciting part of the game, is just being able to build that together and the chemistry together.